Give them a king. 1 Samuel chapter 8. Samuel was advanced in years, and it was time to pass the responsibility of leadership to the next generation. Leadership transitions are never that easy, and the Bible tells of many botched transfers of power. Samuel thought it was good for his sons to succeed him as judges of Israel. Joel and Abijah were appointed to follow in the path of their father, yet they did not walk in the ways of their father, but turned aside after gain. They took bribes and perverted justice. Samuel, who was considered to be one of the godliest men in the Old Testament, raised sons who lacked character and turned away from godly living. We could try to see where Samuel might have gone wrong in raising his kids. Perhaps it was that classic case of putting ministry before family, but that would be speculation. However, we can clearly see that even the godliest of parents have kids that go astray. God our Father is perfect, and consider how often we turn aside from Him. The elders of Israel weren't interested in a repeat experience like they had with Eli's sons. So with genuine concern, they approached Samuel about an alternative option of leadership. Israel wanted a king. They were ruled by judges for almost 300 years, and they wanted something different. They saw how other nations were ruled by kings, and they coveted their neighboring kingdoms. When the elders approached Samuel about the matter, Samuel was displeased. In his displeasure, Samuel could have responded in a number of ways. He could have taken offense to the people rejecting his sons, or worse, rejecting the Lord. He could have thrown the elders out of leadership for challenging his authority. He could have heavy-handedly made the people accept the appointed choice for his sons to rule, but instead, he prayed. And the Lord said to Samuel, "Obey the voice of the people in all that they say to you, for they have not rejected you, but they have rejected me from being king over them. According to all the deeds they have done from the day I brought them out of Egypt, even to this day, forsaking me and serving other gods, so they are also doing to you. So then obey their voice, only you shall solemnly warn them and show them the ways of the kings who shall reign over them." Samuel went back to the people and told them the word of the Lord. He warned against what it would be like to have a king. The single word that runs through the warning is take. The way of kings was to take from people. Kings would take their sons as military, take their daughters as homemakers, take their lands and the produce of it, and take their servants and flocks. As soon as they would begin to see the ways of their new king, they would surely miss having God as king. God is a king who does not take, but gives. And instead of trusting in God as their king, Israel refused the warning and had Samuel tell the Lord what they wanted. God told Samuel to obey their voice and give them a king. Only God would be the one to choose the king. God's first two choices were Saul and David, showing the people the two ways of kings and kingdoms. The rest of the Old Testament recounts how Israel struggled to have a king like God. That was until Jesus, the son of David, came. King Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve. He did not come to take, but to give. He gave his life so that we could be citizens of his eternal kingdom.